Well, bacon lovers from around the world will come together in Dexter, Michigan next week to celebrate the 10th annual Zingerman's Camp Bacon. Joining us this morning to talk more about it is Bob Bennett, the head chef of Zingerman's Roadhouse. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. It's
I
really
gotta
awesome to be
say,
here.
just as soon as I walked up here, I could just, it smells so good, you guys. So first of all, tell us what Camp Bacon is. It obviously sounds delicious.
It is super delicious. So it's taking like one of America's favorite foods, bacon, which everyone loves, and kind of turning it into this kind of festival where we kind of bring people to the table to talk about bacon and kind of the work that goes into it. So it's broken up into a couple different events. There's a film festival that's this Wednesday night. And then we have a bacon ball at the Zingerman's Roadhouse, which is where I am from.
Okay.
And then there's also a main event on Friday, and then a street festival on Sunday.
And so how did this even come about to have a Camp Bacon?
So this is probably about 12 years ago, I think. Ari Weinswick, our co-founder, wrote a book about bacon. In it, he had kind of this vision of this kind of festival around bacon where people kind of are coming to the table to get everyone to the table around food and then kind of start conversations out of that. So that's kind of where the vision was, and then it became reality.
All right, so let's get to these bacon biscuits. They're over here right now, and I can't wait to taste one. But first, tell us, how do we make this?
So biscuits are kind of like this natural thing like we've been making for years. So we make ours pretty normal. So you grab all your dry ingredients. So we got flour, butter, salt, baking powder, and we mix those together, kind of breaking down the butter until it's nice and fine, and then we toss in some bacon, and then we mix the buttermilk in, and then it's kind of folded in until you get a nice dough like this. Okay. And then all you're doing is kind of rolling it down. We like to go probably about thumbnail's length on it. Okay. It's kind of the height we look for, and then really just punching it out. And everyone kind of makes their dough a little bit different, which is what I kind of love about biscuits, because everyone kind of gets their own individuality around it. But basically we're going to punch all of these out, and then we stick them in the oven for about 12 minutes at about 400 degrees, and then you get this beautiful brown bacon-filled biscuit, moist on the inside, has a little bit of a golden crust on it. And one of the things we like to do at the Roadhouse is we love to serve it with sorghum syrup with a little bit of butter in it. It's a very kind of traditional Southern thing. Sorghum really comes from the South, which is why like a lot of Michiganders haven't really heard about it. I didn't know about it until I started learning about it. But it's a nice cross between like honey and kind of molasses. So it's got that sweetness of the honey, but a little bit of earthiness, which is kind of fun for me. And then we just top it with a little bit of butter, because butter and biscuits is how it goes. I'm
so quiet right now because I'm relishing this bite.
That's a sign of a good meal.
It's delicious. I mean, it's almost cakey. It's right? Delicious, and just
thank you so much.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And what do you hear from people who come out to Camp Bacon? I mean, it just sounds like a fun place to be.
Well, I mean, I think first thing that draws them in is the bacon, and I mean, usually we try to kind of overload people with bacons because there's so many cool bacon makers out there. So we try to give a good spread of everyone that kind of comes out, and then just kind of the conversations that come out of it is kind of talking about where bacon's going, and then just kind of food in general, kind of where everyone's going with it. I think it's a good conversation to have for a lot of people. So.
And what do you love about it?
I love to be there. I love to meet the people that come out to it. Being able to meet new people who share a love of bacon that we obviously have at Zingerman's.
It's a special bond, right?
Yeah, it is a special bond. I mean, and food is kind of what brings a lot of people together. So it's a cool thing to be a part of.
So true. I want to make sure that everyone knows how long this runs and when it starts.
So it starts Wednesday night with the film festival, which is going to be at the Gray Line Event Center in downtown Ann Arbor, and then Thursday night is the bacon ball, and it runs all the way through Sunday, where we have our street fair on Sunday. There's also another brunch on Sunday that they can sign up for too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in and for these delicious treats. I bet these are going to go by really, really quickly. Right. We'll have a link on WXYZ.com with the recipe. Hallie, over to you. I'll save you a few.